Welcome back. Today I'm going to play the new September bots on chess.com. The last couple of months I forgot until halfway through the month, and then by the time I edited the video, the month was nearly over, but this time I'm on September 1st, although it'll be a few days before you see this video. Anyway, they have the chess pieces bots this month, and they are low-res images of a pawn rated 425, the knight rated 850, the bishop rated 1375, the rook at 1800, and the queen at 2375. I suppose the idea is that the pieces on the chessboard have become sentient and are playing, the entire game, running the game. The pawn is rated the lowest because it looks like it has the least amount of room for a brain. I'm going to start with the lowest rated one and work my way up. And, we'll get as far as I can in 30 minutes. Let's just go. Oh, if you are new to my channel, I'm not a titled player or a chess coach. I'm just a random person who enjoys chess, and I'm trying to get better at it. Okay, I got the French defense. This bot wants to play the French against me. Okay, well, I will take the full center. I am expecting d5, and I'm just going to do the exchange variation, which I understand can end up drawish, but I don't know who actually is, better off in this situation. See if they want a queen trade. Let's do that. And then I'm slightly more developed. I have 2 extra pieces out. I'm going to castle, and I think I will play this c-pawn forward here and see if they want to play this way. Do they want to take that? They did not want to take that. That bishop has moved back. I think that's a mistake. I guess I'll take the pawn. And okay, it traded that bishop for my knight that hadn't moved yet, which seems like a bad plan, but here we are. That bishop has now moved 3 times. I don't think it will want to trade for me. In fact, it'll probably push that pawn to knight to f6, but I don't know. What if I just went here? What if I just go to f4 and I'm aiming at that pawn? Will it move it? It did move it. Well, I'm going to take my doubled pawn here and take that. I assume it will take back with the knight. No, I think taking with the knight would have been better, but I'm not 100% on that. Where do we want to go now? Should we put a rook on it or put the rook behind my pawn here? You know what? Let's put the rook behind the pawn, and then I'll put this rook behind this bishop, like so. And then I can get this bishop out of the way at any time, and it will be check. Ooh, that's a good move, probably. I'm going to block that with this bishop. It just gave me the bishop. Okay, well, that's at least the second mistake / blunder that this bot has made. And it's making them faster and faster now. Okay. Guess I'll just move this up one where it protects this pawn. What I wanted to do was move my light squared bishop to where they would be in check, but I'm not sure where I should move it. Let's just go here, get it out of the way so they are in check, and then I will push this pawn. If they take, I'll take with my rook, I think, and oh, they didn't take. Okay, well, I'm going to keep pushing it rather than giving them a chance to take, and I'm not going to keep pushing it now because they can take it with their knight. Can I get in there and get that pawn? No, their knight is guarding that pawn too, but their knight can't guard both of those squares. I guess I can bring my rook down to the 7th rank. Let's do that. I am threatening this pawn. They have blocked this pawn. Oh, and threatened the bishop. Okay. I almost didn't notice that they had threatened the bishop. Let's move the bishop out of danger, I guess. I can move it a few different places. I'm going to bring it back this way over onto the E file, aiming at that knight. Okay. I am up 4 points of material because I think I got that one bishop for free. So I'm going to take the knight, which should double their pawns, and then I'll be able to get both of them. That's my plan right now. I also just realized I could have pinned that knight with this bishop, the light squared bishop. Should I do that first? No, let's take this pawn first, and I'll just start wiping out these pawns. And here in a second, I will... Oh, now I'm not going to check there. Okay. But first, I will take this pawn. Now I've got double protection on this, and I'm guarding this square, which they've just moved out of that line, so it would not be a check. I still want to go there, though, to aim at that pawn. Or should I take my knight to d4, which targets both of those pawns? And I don't think they can protect both of them. Let's try that. Well, they protected one, so I'm going to take this one. Now I can put the bishop there and then trade off for that knight. And I'm up 7 points of material now, so I think that's a good plan. Or should I push this forward again? No, because they have more pieces guarding that square than I do. Okay, let's check. I think they have to go that way if they don't block or take. Okay, they didn't block or take. I'm not going to check here because of the knight. I have to remember that also that the rook is guarding the bishop. And for a second, I thought about bringing the knight around this way, but if I block the knight from defending my d-pawn, my bishop is blocking my other rook from defending the d-pawn, so that's not a good idea. Well, then, maybe I should attack the knight and see where it goes. It might take the bishop now, or it might hop out here, and if it hops out there, then I can check. It did not. Also, I guess I wasn't really threatening the knight. Okay, what's my plan got to be here? They still have 3 pieces, and I have 4, plus some extra pawns, but I'm having trouble breaking through. Oh, I can check now. I don't know if that's good. Let's check now, which temporarily undefends the bishop, but then I will move the bishop after they get out of check, and I will move the bishop where? Oh, I only have 1 diagonal that's safe for it, so only 2 squares. I guess over here to threaten that rook. Let's do that, and then I can push this pawn forward. Okay, they moved the rook. Think I can push the pawn now? Oh, I should probably push this pawn first since they've aimed their rook at it. Let's do that. I'm already past 30 moves, and this bot seems to be doing well. But now they only have the knight defending d7, so I think I can push the pawn forward 1. Let's see. If I push the pawn forward 1 and they take, yeah, I would just get the knight for it. Now, I suppose if I pushed it forward 1, they could do something like this to pin the pawn to my rook, but I would take that rook then. So I think I'm safe to do this. And they did give up the knight for it. Okay, so now I'm up 9 points of material. Okay, they've aimed at the undefended knight, which seems really easy to defend in multiple ways. Like just going there, for example, where I can aim at the pawn, but I don't have anything else aimed at the pawn. I think I'll just drop it back for the time being. Well, now I can check them on the back rank. Let's do that. Let's check them on the back rank, see if they want to block with the rook and trade it. They do. Okay, I'm going to take the rook, and then I am going to check them again here. I assume they're going to come toward me. They did not. Then I will check them again, and they're just going to go back and forth. Okay, I have got to come up with a plan to get rid of that rook. So let me put the pawn here. It backed up. Okay. Can put the knight here. I'm just trying to break through. They seem like they have their pieces in pretty well organized places. I want to attack the rook with my bishop. Is that a good idea? They ran over there. Okay, I'm going to check them again. And now my bishop is guarding this square, or I could check from that square. But if I checked in that square with the bishop, then they come and threaten both pieces. So that's not a good plan. Let's bring the knight, see where I can get in with it. Okay, they've come after the bishop, so I have to defend the bishop, I guess. I mean, maybe I don't. Do I not have to defend the bishop? I think I have to defend the bishop. Oh my, okay. But now my knight is defending the rook. It's going to check me, and then it's going to go after that pawn. Oh, it just gave up the rook. Okay, thank you. Man, it was just getting harder and harder to break through here. What is the answer? What is the answer? All right, I'm going to keep that pawn from going any further forward, and maybe come try to get this one. Let's see, that's a check. Then I'm going to aim for that pawn, see if it will move forward. And they went to protect it. Okay. Then I'm going to put my rook on it and try to take this pawn and get it out of the way because they're doing really well with defending it. My knight is guarding that square. Oh, this is tougher than it should be, right? Should not be this tough to beat a 425 rated bot. I can protect that with my... Wait, do they have any legal moves? Wait. Oh, I think I almost messed up. Let's see, if I protect the knight, their pawn can't move. Okay, no, they would still have a legal move over here. Okay, for a second, I saw my pieces guarding all these squares. My bishops was guarding this, my knight was guarding that, my pawns were guarding these. Okay, but yeah, they had that legal move. Then I will check them. No, I want my rook to cut them off here. I can check them with the bishop, and now they came this way. Let's see, my bishop, my knight, my pawn, knight, my king, my king, my king. Okay. So if I check them down here, they would only have one legal move, and my rook would be protected, but then how would I check them again? Then I would check them with the rook. They could move over one. My goodness. I should be better at this by now. And if I just move the rook over one trying to close this box, then that is a stalemate. Okay, how about I check them with the knight and see where they go? They went there. Okay. I'll check them with the bishop. Check them with the bishop. Check them with the knight. Oh, they can still go there. Oh, they went there. Okay. And when I move the bishop, they're going to be able to go to that square and then pick off that pawn. Okay. I've made an executive decision. I'm going to go get a queen because I'm having trouble checkmating this bot. Right now, it can safely move between those squares and this one and that one. I think it'll be okay for the time being. I just have to be sure that once I get a queen, that it has a legal move. Once I get a queen, it will not have a legal move, right? You saw that because my queen will cut off this square and my bishop is hitting here and here and my knight's hitting over here on d2 and my rook's covering that. So if I get a queen right now, that they will win. I mean, it'll be a stalemate. So I'm not going to get a queen. I'm going to get a rook. Okay, let's get a rook. This bot is playing well above its rating level is my determination here. Now, if I bring this rook down, it does still have legal moves. Okay, I'm going to do that. Is it going to go to A3? So when I check over here, it's going to come out. And then I'll check here, and that'll be it? No, it's going to come down to B2. Okay, well, let's go ahead and see it come down to B2. And then I will check here. It's going to go up there. It still has legal moves. I bring my knight and try to do it something like this. Because if I do this, it can still go to A3. And then when I check, it'll bring the king out. And then I will put it here, and it'll keep going. Goodness. Okay, I'm still going to do it. It's going to come out. I'm going to check here on B6. It can still come out further, but then I will check again. Oh, it could go down there. What in the world? Oh, and my bishop's not defended. Now, not anymore. It was. And again, have to be careful about stalemate. Let's see. No, it can still go there if I move the bishop someplace. Okay, it can still go to the D file. All right, let's move the bishop out of the way. Think it has to go to D4. Okay, I move this rook over one. It's going to have two choices. Nope, not there. It's going to have two choices. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put my rook over here on the C file and see which one of these choices it chooses. And then I'm going to check here with this rook. And now it has to go. Oh, it can go back. Okay. Okay, if I take that pawn now with my knight, does it have any legal moves? Because my rook is cutting off this rook will be cutting off these, and the knight will be helping there, and my bishop's cutting off the. No, it will not. If I take the pawn right now, they will have no legal moves. But if I check with this rook, then it comes back in here, and I don't want it to get back in there, getting around all those pawns again. How do I avoid that? No, at this rate, I'm not even going to make it to the third pot. Am I that bad at chess? I need to make a move. Like, my only checks right now are with rooks, right? And the only safe check is with this rook, but that allows it back over here. Because right now, all those squares are covered. How can I uncover some of those squares? Both the knight and the pawn are guarding this one, so moving the pawn won't uncover that square. I have to move the bishop so it can go to D3. That's what I have to do. Okay, I'm going to move the bishop to G8 so the king can go to D3. Okay, I think it had to. Now I can take the pawn and get the knight out of the way. The knight's been in my way a little bit, and the king can go to D4 or to D2. Okay. If it comes toward that rook, if I protect that rook, the king can go back, right? Let's protect that rook so the king can go back to D3, and it still has D4. Okay, I think I avoided the stalemate problem. Now I can check with the bishop, but then the king just goes back. So let's not do that. How can we do this? Oh, now I have mate, right? Is this checkmate? No, it's not checkmate because the king goes up. That's fine. I'm keeping it in the middle of the board now. And then I'm going to check it with the bishop. And I think it has to go to D4. And then I'm going to check with this rook. And then it has to go here, I think. And then I'm going to check with this rook. And it has to go there. Okay, I'm working on this. Okay, now I just need to bring the rooks up and do the ladder mate, I think. If I go here, it does have plenty of legal moves now. I finally got it out of the corner. I'm on move 80. And I've got to do this before there's a 50 move rule. So let's let it take the bishop, and then I will ladder mate it. Actually, I'm going to move this over one now, and it's trapped on that rank, and then I can bring this around and checkmate down here and protect the rook, and it has to go back, and then now I have checkmate on move 85. What? I usually save the game review for the last bot that when I lose, but I'm not going to make it to the last spot. So I'm going to use my game review, my daily game review right now. And I want to see what it estimates this bot's rating as during this gameplay. I'm going to guess it's higher than 425. Well, it's 850. Wait, how did I play like a 1550 and it played like an 850? But up here, these two numbers are so close to each other. Yeah, I've been ahead since really early when I thought that I went ahead, but I only had one miss. No mistakes or blunders. My miss was way down there. Did I miss a mate in two? I did. Oh, I missed a bunch of mates in here. Well, let's see if we went ahead where we thought. And here we were still pretty close to even. I put that pawn up there. That was fine. Okay, that was a mistake. I thought it was odd, but I didn't know if it counted as an actual mistake. And that wasn't very good. And I've been ahead ever since here. But that was also a mistake. Is it just because I can take it? Okay. Okay, so +4 at this point. Oh, that was an inaccuracy. What should I have done? Rook F to E1. Oh, I should have gone ahead and got behind the bishop first. Okay. Or D5. Wait, if I'd played D5, why wouldn't they just take it? It says they wouldn't, but why wouldn't they? It says just to get my d-pawn out of the way. Okay, well, I eventually got my d-pawn out of the way. I don't remember when. That was another mistake. Okay. See, I thought those might be counted as inaccuracies, but they're putting me up higher and higher, and I didn't even know it yet because I'm only up 1 pawn. I didn't know they made a mistake until right here when they should have traded. What should I have done? Oh, I should have checked with my bishop on a6, but then they would have taken this. It says they would not have. Please tell me why. Oh, because I would have checked again. But then I would have been down. Let me see this. Sorry, it says to go here. That's my best move. Okay, yeah, see, now it's saying that they would take this. First it says that they wouldn't. Okay, but then I would take again, and they would block with the knight, would they? Or would they just move the king? It changed its mind. They would move the king. Oh, and then I would get the rook for the bishop. But I would still barely be ahead on material, even after that. Oh no, I would get the rook for free, apparently. All right, so when I put that there, that was inaccurate, but I was still ahead, but they were supposed to trade for it. See, this is the first point that I knew that they had messed up because I just got a free piece. And then neither one of us made any mistakes for a long time. No, not even inaccuracies on the bot's part. That's what I was talking about. It finally made an inaccuracy way down here. Oh, I already had a mating sequence at this point, and it gave me a mate in 4, but I didn't take it. I had to play rook to b8. And then it only would have had a couple of moves. Moving the king or the pawn would have been its only legal moves, I think. But it says it would have moved the king, and then I would have played knight to e5, and it would have put the king down by my rook, but then I would have checked and protected the rook at the same time, and it would have to come up again, and then I would mate with the bishop down on c8. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I missed that and I played this instead, but I still have a mating sequence. It's not counting these as misses. Here, I should have taken the pawn. I did. Okay, mate in 4 again. If I play f4 now. Oh, it's because the f-pawn kept causing me problems later. I should have protected the knight with f4, but instead I protected the knight by moving it. I still have a mate in 4. I did not mate in 4, but you also see that the bot didn't make any more mistakes or inaccuracies after this. Okay, I protected it, mate in 3. They only had one legal move. Bishop to f5 was my best move. Now I have a mate in 2. After they go here, I had to play rook to e6. Mate in 2? Oh, wow. Okay, I see it. I see it. It's because my bishop is cutting off these squares and my knight's cutting off here. My king's guarding all of these. My knight's guarding that. My pawn's guarding that. When I checked with the rook on e6, the king would only have one legal move, and then I would come down to e1, and it couldn't get out because the knight and the bishop have walled it off. Wow. Okay. How many more mates did I miss? A mate in 3, 7, mate in 5, 6, mate in 6, mate in 5, mate in 4, mate in 5. Oh, it wasn't my best move to promote. My best move would be to put the king down. Oh, so they would move again and then promote. I should have just made a waiting move, because they would have to go back there, so then I would promote with check. Okay, I didn't think of that. Yeah, well, I disagree with the bot playing at 850. Like, I think that through that entire endgame section, yeah, wow. Do I dare play the next one? I don't even know if I have enough time to play the next one, but I'm going to play the knight. I'm going to play with the black pieces on this one, and let's just go, see what it does. Okay, I'm going to play the French defense, and we'll see how long it takes for the bot to mess up. If it does, that other one only messed up early when it didn't really matter that much. Okay, I don't remember what's best here. Am I supposed to pin the knight and then get this knight out, maybe? Play c5. I don't know if that was good or not. I'm going to take it, though. Oh, my phone just told me about something. I don't know what it was. Let's block that with this, and then I'll take with the knight. Oh, it didn't take. Okay, well, then I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take this knight, and then they're going to take with the pawn, and I'm going to get the rook for the bishop, looks like. Okay, I feel like I'm ahead now. I am going to take this pawn, and then castle, I think I want to castle. Yeah, let's castle. I'm up 4 points of material already. Feeling pretty good about this. I have to watch out for that pawn. It's pretty far down here. Let's protect the rook first. Protecting the rook with the queen. Although I kept the queen from defending that pawn for a second, so my bad. Gonna keep that pawn from coming any further forward. And I guess they were worried about me advancing it. That's why they went there. But I'm going to fork those two pieces right now. I'm going to threaten their queen, and then I'm going to take the bishop after that, like so. And then bring this rook over to an open file, semi-open file. Oh, I'm going to take that with en passant and then trade queens here. Oh, they didn't want to trade queens. Okay, well, then I'm going to push this pawn. No, maybe not. Oh, I think I'm going to check down here on D1. Is that good? D1, and then I'll take their rook. Is that, hopefully that's good. It seems good. Let's do that. And then I will take their H pawn. That's a check. They have to go back. How do we want to do this? Let's take another pawn with check. Yeah, this spot seems like it's just falling apart. Do I want to take their queen? I mean, I want to, but I don't know if that's best. That might not be my fastest mate or whatever, but I'm going to do it. Then I'm going to bring this rook over to the D file where I can come down here and get rid of that knight. That seems like a good plan. The knight has moved. I can get rid of the knight right now and just end this. Let's get rid of the knight right now. I think it will take it. It did. Okay. I'm good to go on this spot. I don't have any problems here. I'm going to cut the king off right now. And then I'm going to get these rooks to the opposite sides of the board from each other. Oh, well, not one of them right now, because then it would take the other one, right? Let's get the king on the back rank first. And then put the rooks on the opposite sides of the board from each other. Oh, I probably don't have to worry about that. You know what? I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to put this rook over here. It can take that pawn if it wants to. And then this is checkmate. Move 34. Yeah. And I don't have another game review left, nor do I have any time left. But on my end, this one only took 4 minutes. The other one took a full half hour. So have fun playing the pawn bot. Let me know if it played that strongly against you or how you did against these other ones. Thank you for spending your time here. I'll see you next time.